Welcome back to another music theory session. My name is Lynette Westendorf. I'd like to thank Cascadia again for hosting these. I've really enjoyed doing it, and I've heard back from a lot of you. I know you're enjoying it too. And Rebecca tells me that there are 50 people signed up for this. So I hi to all of you whom I know, and hi to you whom we perhaps haven't met. Today's subject is chords and triads, and I'm going to set my timer here. Hold on. Okay. A triad is a three-note chord that is three notes sounded together. They can be played in melodic form, or they can be played in block form. This is a major chord, a major triad. Chords, by the way, can be more than three notes, and often are. But we're going to talk just about triads, about three-note chords. This is a major triad, major third plus a perfect fifth on the outer interval, or a major third on the bottom and a minor third on the top. This is a minor triad with a flatted third, minor third on the bottom, perfect fifth on the outside, or if you want to count from 3 to 5, major third here, major, minor. This one is augmented with a major third and an augmented fifth, or you can also say major third between 1 and 3 and major third between 3 and 5. The next triad that we're going to play, or we're going to show, is a diminished triad, which has a minor third on the bottom and a minor third between 3 and 5, or a diminished fifth between 1 and 5. Sounds like this. So we have major, minor, augmented, and diminished. Those are the 4 types of triads that we work with. For those of you who read popular music or jazz lead sheets, this is often called a minor third with a flat 5. It's a different way to say it. But these are our 4 triad types. And now we're going to look at all of the possible triads in a major key. Much of what we're doing in this series, since it's so short, and we're really getting into the heart of theory studies, we're talking mostly about major keys, and we're also talking about the more simple keys. That is, those are the keys with the fewer key signatures. That makes it a little bit easier for those of you who are new to this. This is the scale of C. And because we live in a tertian system, that is chords based upon thirds, we stack up thirds. Okay. In our diatonic system of analysis, we use Roman numerals. And for major chords, we use an uppercase Roman numeral, and for minor chords, we use a lowercase Roman numeral. In the scale, as we play these, I'll play them all for you right now. In the scale, our triads are formed, major triads are formed on the first note of the scale, the 4th note, and the 5th note of the scale. And this 3-chord grouping is very widely used in blues progressions, in folk music, in classical music, in jazz music. This is kind of the heart of how we work around a major key. Our 2nd, 3rd, and 6th triads are minor. And so we use lowercase. The D minor, the E minor, and the A minor. And our 7th chord, we have a superscript of a 0 because that's a diminished chord, and we've already talked about the diminished interval, B to F. We have a diminished 5th on the outside, so therefore we have a diminished triad. And then we're back to 1 again. So there's 7 different chords for every major key, and that holds true for minor keys too, but they function a little bit differently in minor. If you're reading popular music or lead sheets, guitar music or piano music with a vocal line, you're going to also see chord names just based upon their letter name. Here are the 3 major chords on 1, 4, and 5 in the key of C. The 2, the 3, and the 6 are all minor. And I'm going to get out of the way here. And our 7th chord is a B diminished. So these are the diatonic chords, and this is true for every major key. What you would do if you are, if you want, and you should be writing these out on your own for practice, when you go to the key of G, for example, what you're going to do is plug that F sharp in the scale in every occurrence of the F note. So in the key of G, it will sound like this. There's the F sharp on the B minor chord. C. There's our 5 chord. There's our 7 chord. Okay, so those are the diatonic chord types built upon a major scale. In this case, the key of C. One more thing about chords. That you probably already know if you've played in bands or done any arrangement or worked with chords, is that they're not always sounded in root position. Here's our C chord. We can take these 3 notes, C, E, and G, and open them up so that they're played. We'll put the G here, and we'll put the E up here. You have a lot more space between the notes, and it sounds much more beautiful. If you're an arranger for vocal music, you might use this close position. This is called close. This one's called open. Because we've simply taken the E from the middle here and put it up an octave. So you get a really wonderful sound. This is still a root position chord. Root position has the root, that is the first note of the triad, on the bottom. If I play the E on the bottom and play it in this position with the E and the G and the C on the top, this is called first inversion. And there's one more possible position with the G on the bottom, and that's called second inversion. And when we're arranging the inversions of the chords are where we get these beautiful connections from one chord to another. Let me just play a few. I'll try to keep them 3-note chords. So that way of changing chords makes for very smooth melodic lines. If I played all those chords, which are just C, F, and G, in root position, it would sound something like this. I'll come up here. So you can see how all of those were a root position chord. If you're a guitar player, you don't have to worry about inverting your chords in order to make a nice melodic line. But if you're a piano player, keyboard player, you do. Or if you're arranging. But I would suggest if you're working at a keyboard and you're just learning your chords, learn them root position. Learn the names of the notes in the chord. Say, for example, a C chord has C, E, and G. F chord has F, A, C. F minor, F, A flat, C. Learn those note names in root position. Get familiar all around the keyboard. Thanks for joining us for these music videos. Thanks to Cascadia, and we'll see you next time. Bye.